2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet. Tonight, we'll see the Toronto Raptors playing against the Houston Rockets at Toyota Center. Looking at Houston, they're off to a better start than last season, and that certainly bodes well. Always some changes from season to season, but they're going in the right direction. And a chance to check out Kyle Lowry here, one of the more underrated guards in the league. But he is as tough a matchup as you will find.
I call him the little pit bull. You know, I actually seen him, the late, great Eggman, who was assistant general manager for Memphis at the time, introduced me to him. Fantastic leader, tons of passion, great will to win. Doesn't get enough credit, man, and he
Two teams, two conferences. It's a road game for the Raptors in this one. We're all set to bring you NBA action. Hello, everyone. With Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from our Hall of Famer on the sideline, David Aldridge. It's a one-game reprieve at home for the Rockets, here with their Houston fans, then back on the road. So important to get off on the right foot. New year, new season. These guys have done it.
Yeah, right now, though, the Rockets, they have performed above and beyond expectations thus far. As good as they've been, is it fair to wonder just how long they can keep this up?
I mean, anytime a team comes out of nowhere like they have, you've got to ask that question. But I think they're for real.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. The explosive pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the backcourt. Ross and Patterson are the forwards. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5 spot. And so here's Toronto, and the basket by DeRozan. And these two teams very disciplined defensively.
Yeah, both teams are very well coached. Commitment and communication are just, Kevin, as you know, so critical. You'll have to earn your buckets tonight.
Yes, good point. Now here's Monty Eunice, coming off a stellar performance against Detroit. On defense, the Rockets, they put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
And the fact it happened on the road in front of a hostile group of fans, that's not easy when you're coming off the bench cold.
His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
You just love how Harden moves the rock. When a teammate is wide open, he gets it to him so fast.
Screened by Valanciunas. And Harden comes to help. And Patterson kicks to Valanciunas. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
I have no idea why he would have even attempted that. That's a horrible turnover.
We'll go to David Aldridge, who spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. What's the news, David?
Well, Kevin, they have a specific approach to tonight's game. He told me they have to get the ball into the paint as much as possible and take advantage of what they believe is a big inch for them inside. Let's see if they're right about that tonight. Back to you.
Thanks, David.
And the three-point shooting skills of Ariza are just lethal. A volume shooter from there can flat out light it up.
Outside DeRozan. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by DeRozan. The Rockets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Anderson passes to Brewer. Anderson wide open. Kept alive by Houston. Kicks it out to Harden. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. And there's the pass to Brewer. Harden dishes to Brewer. And it's slammed in by Brewer.
Oh, just the ridiculous leaping skills of Brewer, really jamming it through the rim with absolute force.
The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Screen by Valanciunas. Anderson against Patterson. Shot to stop the run. That shot, no good. And the Rockets take it the other way. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
Yeah, a quick two-game series between the two teams, one in each club's home building.
Yeah, and because they don't see each other all that often, it's really hard to know what to expect out of this first game, but we'll see.
And a record-setting year for Harden in 2016, but Chris, not the kind he wanted. He would end up setting the NBA record for most turnovers in a single season with 374. Wow.
That's terrible, but as bad as 374 sounds, it isn't too terrible when you look at the context of what Harden's responsibilities were on that offense. Often he would act as the lone playmaker and be prone to forcing plays. Nevertheless, taking care of the ball is something, and he knows he has to work on.
Here's Brewer, following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Ariza no luck. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Ross is running. And DeRozan kicks to Valanciunas.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And the former 5th overall pick back in the 2011 draft, Valanciunas is still only scratching, people feel, the surface of his true potential.
And he's had a few bouts with the injury bug, Kevin, but when he's right, he's a load. Struggles defending on the perimeter, but his rebounding and rim protection have gotten more nasty as he's matured.
Valanciunas hits them both.
Now, it's not exactly hard to see what the Rockets prefer to do on offense. They see the value of the three-pointer and put up a ton of shots from behind the arc. It's been years running that they've finished in the top 3 in three-pointers attempted at the end of the season.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
The Rockets have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. Free throw drops for Ariza. And with the Rockets, Chris, they don't shoot threes at a very good rate.
Well, they're an analytically based team, and advanced stats show the value of the three-pointer. I must admit that it is strange to see a team that shoots in the bottom half of three-point percentage put up so many shots from deep. It's hard to argue with their approach, given their success in making the postseason during this era.
Now, here's Anderson, following the miss by Kyle Lowry. Here's Brewer. DeMar DeRozan grabs the board.
He may have been trying to work too hard to draw the foul as a result. He misfired on that one.
Lowry with the ball. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Clippers.
And a beautiful two-way game for him. Blocking a couple of shots, giving the opponent something to think about.
Now Brewer, following the miss by Kyle Lowry from deep.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Outside DeRozan. And Valanciunas kicks to Ross. Now here's Valanciunas. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
Oh, and the Yeoman's work done on the boards, helping the team maximize the number of possessions.
Here is Anderson. After the made shot from Jonas Valanciunas, it's stolen by Valanciunas. Launches it. Harden with the defensive effort.
He's really had a rough quarter on the offensive side of the floor.
And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
Well, of course, 2 Canadian teams were born to the NBA in '95, but back in 2001, the Vancouver Grizzlies became the Memphis Grizzlies, leaving the Toronto Raptors as the sole Canadian survivor.
Eunice drops both of them. What's interesting about the Raptors and Grizzlies when they first entered the league, the Grizzlies were actually the team that seemed to be on the track for big things, but lately the tables have really turned.
Yeah, and what's surprising to me is that as we've tried to appeal to more people in more countries with our game, we still have only one franchise located outside of the U.S., and that's the Raptors. The NBA is seeing a rejuvenation in revenues, but if we want that growth to maximize, we may need to try and broaden our international horizon. They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
And after all the dust had settled in the Houston coaching search, the Rockets turned to Mike D'Antoni to take over the reins. Mike D inherits a team that underachieved and is in a bit of a transition phase.
Lowry passes to Patterson. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. And they pick up 2. And that's now 6 points for Valanciunas. And for the Rockets hiring Mike D'Antoni, they wanted to add even more fuel to their explosive offensive sequence.
Well, usually you hire a coach that can shore up weakness in a roster. That's not the case for the Rockets and D'Antoni by any means. They felt going all in on offense was the right move.
Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. Patterson dishes to Lowry. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game. And there's the foul. It goes on Ryan Anderson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
Beasley's checked in for the Rockets. Now here's Ross. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Clippers. And that one, good. Lowry's got his second basket of the game. Houston leading by 7. Kicks it to Ariza. To the paint. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Here's DeRozan. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Decker's checked in for Houston. KJ McDaniels comes in for Corey Brewer. And Toronto also making a switch. Jared Sullinger's checked in for Patterson. Well, one of the biggest names in free agency GA this past offseason was DeMar DeRozan. Many in Toronto feared he would leave the team, but he re-upped with the Raptors on a huge deal.
Yeah, and DeRozan spoke about loyalty to the franchise when he announced he wanted to return to Toronto. It's the only team he's ever played for his entire career, and easy to be loyal when you are getting almost $30 million a year. So it's a great contract for DeRozan. Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from 3.
A nice shot by McDaniel.
It's like they forgot that anybody else is on the floor. They're just going at each other right now.
Well, this is entertainment. Maybe not the best example of great team basketball, but fun to watch nonetheless.
Now, here's DeRozan. He has 7. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for Houston.
And the long-range game, a staple for them offensively. It's clear they embrace the value of that extra point, and spacing the floor, something they look to do every time they're on the court.
Rockets leading by 4. Harden kicks to Montejunas. On the jam by Montejunas.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now, here's DeRozan. 14 points from him the last game against the Clippers.
Oh, that's because of the consistent effort on the glass. Unbelievable. The overall energy he played with.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Well, that's just not wise to take that shot in that situation. He'll think better of it next time around.
Valanciunas against Montejunas. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, Montejunas is a pretty intriguing big man out of Lithuania, Chris. He has a great touch from anywhere on the floor, but he can also put his back to the basket and post you up.
And Montejunas, or Demo, as they like to call him. Man, this guy had a strange 2016. He was traded at the deadline to Detroit, but the Pistons rescinded the trade after a physical. Rare to see that happen, but Demo was healthy enough to continue playing the rest of the season.
Pablo Prigioni, he's checked in for James Harden. Then for the Raptors, Damari Carroll's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Norman Powell comes in for Terrence Ross. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, drawing fouls and making them pay at the line.
Now here's Joseph. 8 points his last outing. The wide open look here for DeRozan. And Sullinger kicks to Carroll. To stop the run. The Rockets pull it in. Valanciunas has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Prigioni. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Valanciunas' shot is good.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Toronto calls timeout. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Yeah, not a very inspired performance for them, particularly when they were defending. They just gave that hostile crowd plenty to cheer for.
Well, when you're on the road, unless you're absolutely shooting the lights out, defense has to be your ally. The effort just wasn't there.
Harrell, he's checked in for Valanciunas. DeRozan, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And DeMar DeRozan, kind of a throwback, you know, for this day and age when we talk so much about the three-point shot, because he's not a guy that's going to bomb you to death from deep. He's a high flyer who's going to attack the rim and get to the free throw line. And to me, that's extremely important because the more attempts at the line you get, the more opportunities you have to set your defense. And so he beats people with that polished mid-range game and shoots an incredible number at that line. And those are reasons why this guy continues to improve and become one of the best at that off-guard position.
Releases, and that one hits back iron.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Pass to Powell. And Joseph kicks to Sullinger. Second shot opportunity. DeRozan's shot is off.
Excellent D to force that miss there. That took real courage to risk being on the poster, being he's one of the best dunkers in the game.
Here's McDaniels. He's covered by Joseph. Prigioni kicks to McDaniels. Feeds it to Beasley. Prigioni, that's a 2-pointer. It's hauled in by the Raptors. And looking it out, DeRozan gets his points last season, Greg. He made great strides in becoming a more efficient shooter.
Yeah, and for a guy who didn't take a lot of threes, the field goal accuracy wasn't all that great for a number of seasons. But last year, DeRozan was more patient, took better shots. He also became more of a conscientious playmaker, which his teammates, no doubt, appreciate.
Prigioni kicks to Decker. Harrell, the pass to Prigioni. The dish to Decker. Inside. Here's Harrell. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
And a crafty pass into the lane. Perfectly executed.
Down low. Here's Powell. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Decker dishes to Harrell. He kicks to Decker, and Decker slams it in.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
But it's surprising, Kev, to see so little urgency on the defensive side, especially with them losing this game right now.
Oh, nice drive there to get to the bucket, using some of that terrific agility that he possesses.
Houston moving the ball around. Prigioni for 3. No good that time. And Toronto will go the other way with it. 30 seconds left to play here in the first. Powell kicks to DeRozan. Pass to Joseph. Outside DeRozan. To the middle. He's looking for Sullinger and finds him. That one falls. And now it's only a 5-point Houston lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's McDaniels, guarded by Powell. Prigioni, the pass to McDaniels. For the three. No good on the buzzer beater. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Rockets lead by 5. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And power forward Patrick Patterson, getting better every season. He said that his college career at Kentucky really helped prepare him for his life as a pro.
I think my 3 years at Kentucky,
Patterson Clark, exactly the guy he says he is, and that's why he's one of those glue guys you've got to have on your team.
And the kind of guy who his teammates love, because they know he's always going to have their back, always going to work hard, and always going to bring it.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
And we've really seen them get out and establish a real nice rhythm offensively in this game.
Yeah, entering the game with a terrific strategy. The guys are working together, feeding off of one another. That's being reflected in the stat sheet and in the score.
So for Toronto right now, Carroll and Patterson in at the small and power forward. Norman Powell is out there with Corey Joseph. And it's Sullinger in at the 5. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Patterson. And for a while, Chris, it seemed that the Rockets were going to be the team to beat in the West for a few years.
Well, yeah, most of us thought Harden and Howard seemed like a great fit on paper, but something just never clicked. The window for their success seemed to be the most wide open when they made it to the conference finals 2 years back. Now, with Howard out of town, they'll have to rebuild and find a new core to build around.
So it's Toronto now, following the score by Houston. And here is Joseph. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
Oh, and Sullinger is used to the defense, contesting his shots, never looks rattled going up for his jumper.
Now, here is Harden, leading by 5. Right wing. Harrell with it. Sullinger's there. Kicks it out to Harden. Jacks up a 3. Offensive rebound. Passes it to Onuaku. Prigioni for 3. The rebound by Patterson. Raptors trail by 5. And Joseph kicks to Carroll. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And Jared Sullinger picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Corey Brewer's checked in for the Rockets. The Raptors also with a sub. Lowry's checked in. Rockets leading by 5. Harden kicks to Ariza. To the inside. On the wing, Brewer. Harrell with it. Sullinger's there. Kicks it out to Harden. Fires from deep. Onuaku, the pass to Harden. Dishes it to Brewer. Back to Ariza. Over to the wing. The feed to Harrell. That one, no good. Good D by Sullinger. He feeds it to Patterson. Beyond the arc. And no good. And it's Houston the other way. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That'll be his second foul of the game.
2 quick fouls. That's bad news for him. He has to keep his hands to himself until halftime.
Houston making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Toronto. Terrence Ross comes in for Damari Carroll. Now, here is Harden. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Anderson passes to Onuaku. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Chris, we're seeing more and more big men be able to face up and knock down outside shots or even three-pointers. In your mind, who's the best shooting big man in the game?
Wow, I mean, that's a great question. You know, the best shooting big man in the game now, I say, still has to belong to Dirk Nowitzki. A jump shot does not get old, and even though we don't see Dirk do some of the more spectacular things he did above the rim and attacking the basket, that jump shot still is pretty, still is effective.
Good point.
And I still love it. So, to me, Dirk is still the best shooter in the game.
Great perspective. Ano shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. That free throw good from Ross. Houston leading by 4. Ariza outside. Houston moving it around. Back to Brewer. Harden outside. And the pass to Onuaku. Shot clock at 6. He dishes it to Harden. Good with time running down in the shot clock. Harden's got 5.
Oh, Harden really gets going down the side. I mean, he isn't afraid of anyone, not even the big guys roaming nearby.
Outside Lowry. To the inside, Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Ross with the steal. Ariza dishes to Brewer. Ariza kicks to Anderson. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
He just recorded his 3rd foul of the half. Coach has to consider resting him until the 3rd quarter.
And the Rockets making a change here. Valanciunas has checked in. Now here's Harden. He has 5. And Brewer kicks to Valanciunas. Ross with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Here's Valanciunas.
And Harden sent a message to the D with the block, really showing his extraordinary athleticism on the defensive end.
Valanciunas has the open look. Poked loose, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas. We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart.
Well, we know that this team can shoot a lot better from deep. But tonight it's just not there for them. They can keep firing and hope they can shoot their way out of this funk. But if they continue to shoot it like they have from beyond the arc thus far, they'll just be beating themselves.
Raptors trail by 4. Joseph the pass to Lowry. Kicks it to Ross. Shoots the 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 4 assists now tonight.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Now here's Anderson. 11 points for him in that last game against the Pistons in Detroit.
Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
The Rockets have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
And when you think of free throw shooting, not particularly a strength for this group, right around 70%.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And the Raptors, they've come a long way over the past few years in terms of their competitiveness.
And what I like about the Raptors front office, they're unafraid to reshape the team when things aren't quite working. 2 years ago, they were much more about offense than defense. Last year, they were an upper echelon defensive team, even if the offense suffered a little bit.
Now here's Harden. Jonas Valanciunas unable to get his shot to go. Here's Valanciunas. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Valanciunas with a screen on Harden. Pass to Patterson from the baseline. It's rebounded by Houston. Valanciunas has got 4 rebounds in this game. On the wing, Brewer. Feeds it to Valanciunas. There's the dish to Anderson. From deep, Harden. That shot is off. Raptors trail by 5. Outside Lowry. Screen by Valanciunas. Whistle blows, but that's going to be a travel.
And a chance to check out the numbers for Brewer. He's averaging about 7 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, not bad, but guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
Deckers check in for Houston. And the Raptors also making a change. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Joseph. Some high-scoring teams in the NBA. Let's see the leaders. In second, the Rockets.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
Here is Harden. 9-point game his last outing. He kicks it to Brewer. Looking for Anderson. He gets it there. Here's Valanciunas. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Raptors trail by 5. Lowry dishes to DeRozan. Back to Lowry. It's rebounded by Houston. They've led by as many as 11 points. Here's Brewer. Over in the corner, Decker. And Brewer kicks to Decker. Brewer, the pass to Valanciunas. The kick out to Anderson. Buries the long-range jumper. Anderson's got 5 now.
He's not the most prolific shooter from downtown, but someone on defense still has to check him.
A floater. Lowry can't get it to go.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
To the paint. And Anderson kicks to Valanciunas. Kept alive by Houston. Harden outside. Inside. Here's Decker. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Decker's got his second basket of the night. Raptors trail by 10. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Lowry. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on James Harden. And one thing about Kyle Lowry, he's an absolute pit bull out there, and he's been that way since he was a 5-star recruit out of high school in Philadelphia.
Yeah, less about the sizzle, more about the steak. Physical, relentless, wears you down on both ends of the court, and for the last 2 seasons, a starter in the All-Star game. His toughness and leadership, championship quality.
He has a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, the league and NBA teams have become much more aware of protecting players' health, and they're finding out that rest and sleep are a huge part of that. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr said medicine and science have improved, and thought processes do as well. He said in the old days, guys played 48 minutes. Well, we've made advances. We don't go backwards with this stuff. We go forwards. Guys, that's why they want their players off their feet as much as possible.
Good report, DA. Thank you. Well, it was a very disappointing 2016 for the Rockets, once again ousted by Golden State, but this time it was in the first round as an 8th seed.
Well, you could see the Rockets falling behind the rest of the West last year, and you had the feeling the season was going to be rough for them. Changing coaches in the middle of the season like they did is also a tough thing to overcome. Hard to believe that they are a year removed from playing in the Western Conference Finals.
The Raptors making a switch here. Sullinger's checked in. 3-pointer, Lowry. That shot goes in. He now has 3 field goals and 6 misses today.
Well, I guess from that distance, the defense thought he'd dish it off.
Oops. Pass to McDaniels. It's Beasley on the wing. Sullinger defending. Valanciunas' shot is good. Valanciunas has got 6 points in the quarter.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And the Raptors call time here. Chris, throughout your career, you spent a lot of time down low on the blocks, and we're seeing less of that now, those post-ups that were such a primary option when you played in teams' offenses. Does that concern you? Is that good or bad?
It's concerning from this point. Kids aren't being properly coached in the middle school and the high school level. Kids don't know how to play on the post. When you look back through the history of this game, whether it's been guards or big fellas, the post is not about how tall you are. The post is about how the closer you are to the basket, you usually have an advantage. And if you have game, then that pump fake game down there work and get you to the foul line. And if you are a good passer, then it draws the double team. It changes the angle that the defense has to look inside and play. It helps slow the pace down sometimes in the playoffs when the game gets tough and a little bit more physical. And we can say that everybody's changed their game, but only one team wins a year. So, you know, I don't know if the trend is necessarily not there with big guys not in the post. When I look at guys like Drummond, Blake Griffin, Dwight Howard, Horford, Jordan, Zebo, the Gasol brothers, there's still a lot of post players out there. So I don't subscribe to that opinion that is less on the post. I just subscribe to the opinion that maybe coaches don't want to coach that way, because guys have post game. We just have to see if the game will change. But small ball right now is what everybody loves.
Great perspective.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Sullinger brings the double team. And it's blocked.
With a 7'1" wingspan, Sullinger gets his share of blocks and steals.
Harrell, he's checked in for Moniunas. A minute 20 left here in the second. Outside DeRozan. Passes it to Sullinger. And that one is off. So Houston will take it the other way. Prigioni dishes to Beasley. The feed to Prigioni. Here's McDaniels. DeRozan defending. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Atlanta. A terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know. And, of course, Toronto, a game and a half out.
And I think for Toronto, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
They're really looking good as this season winds down. They should take pride in being one of the elite teams in their conference throughout this season.
Carroll, no one around him. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Rockets on offense. They're on an 18-5 run. Prigioni kicks to McDaniels. Beasley, the pass to Harrell. And some nice passing there by Houston. To the left side wing. Here's Decker. Clock at 4. Tries again. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. There's 18 seconds left in the second quarter. Now DeRozan. 9 points in the game so far. This is DeLowry. From deep. And that's not going to go. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Rockets ahead. They finish off the second quarter on a 20-5 run. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Coach, it's early in the season, so what can you say about how things are going chemistry-wise so far?
I love our guys.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you've enjoyed our first half of action. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you back. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
What a true demonstration of dominance. They made a commitment to owning the glass, and they made good on it. Blocking out, competing hard in traffic, that's the way you should play on both ends of the court.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
Well, Ernie, they had a ton of fouls. Jeez. And the points they gave up at the free throw line added up in a hurry. They got to calm down during the break and play much more control in the second half.
And that'll do it, as the second half is just about ready to begin.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at Moniunas today, he's been every place.
He's just been terrific. This is what they needed from him.
Earning a double-double for the night is awesome, but doing it in one half, he is out hustling everybody.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And so in the game for the Rockets, they've got Trevor Ariza, Moniunas out there with Ryan Anderson. Then it's Harden, and it's Brewer in at the 2. Yes, that goes in. 11 points for Kyle Lowry.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Now, I can tell you this from personal experience, and that's seeing your first shot of the half go in is always a confidence boost. Let's see if they can build on it, though.
Moniunas kicks to Brewer. And he drops it in from the low post. Brewer's got 4 points in the quarter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Out to DeRozan. Back to Patterson. Outside DeRozan. Over to the left wing. Patterson, that's good. Patterson's got his third basket of the night right there.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
On the wing, Brewer. He feeds it to Moniunas. DeRozan brings the double team. Here's Brewer. Makes it off the glass. Brewer's got 8.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Patterson against Anderson. Rosen dishes to Sullinger. Good. 8 points for him.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Rockets leading by 15. Brewer passes to Ariza. To the middle. He tries for 3. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
Raptors have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And Chris, despite his flaws, most would agree that Harden is the clear-cut best shooting guard in the game now.
Well, look, let's not beat around the bush. What we're saying is his scoring makes up for his defense, or lack thereof. Now, Harden does bring other skills to the table that he doesn't get enough credit for. He's an incredibly strong rebounder at the 2 spot, and his playmaking is levels beyond other shooting guards.
Yeah, enough scoring on the inside there. I think it's time for him to send a message to his team.
Oh, well, they have to become more physical defensively and really commit to protecting that painted area.
Valanciunas, he's checked in for Sullinger. Now, here's Lowry. He's got 11.
Well, he hasn't gotten much to fall, and it's costing his team dearly.
Rockets leading by 21. Harden kicks to Moniunas. On the wing, Brewer. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Corey Joseph's checked in for Toronto. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. The pass to Patterson. Screened by Valanciunas. And Patterson kicks to Ross. Down low, Valanciunas. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Valanciunas has got 8 points.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Kicks it to Ariza. Houston moving it around. Eunice dishes to Ariza. Looking for Eunice. He gets it there. Misses from short range.
Oh, we've seen him posterize guys with that move many times. However, the defense proved to be very stifling there.
But they get it back. Joseph with the ball. Valanciunas passes to Ross. On the wing, DeRozan goes back up. Offensive rebound. Here's Valanciunas, and you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
They are just killing him on the interior.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
He struggled mightily at the free throw line in their last game.
Well, the league, Chris, as you know, looking to cut down on the hack-a-shack, the hack of whoever, intentional fouling down the stretch. Do you like those changes?
Well, I like the fact that the NBA came together and tried to find a remedy for something that they did not want to be a problem for our fans, and that's being bored to death. Watch guys brick free throws that can't shoot free throws. I don't like the fact, though, that it does let guys off the hook that should be able to shoot free throws, and I don't like the fact that it hides a weakness, but I do like the fact that the NBA came together. I do think it'll address that problem. But the basic problem or the basic solution is kids, free throws are the easiest part of the game to practice. Literally, the easiest. Go out there and practice your free throws so you can go out there and get and ones and get a three-pointer the old traditional way.
Great points.
Oh, he hasn't started this game on the right foot, but it hasn't slowed his team from grabbing the lead.
Rockets leading by 18. Down low. And there's the 3-second violation. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations.
And what a big-time game we've seen from him. He's been the one looking to create and get a shot each trip down the floor. Every time a shot falls, his confidence just grows and grows. Just an all-around tremendous offensive showing.
Raptors trail by 18. Here's DeRozan. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. DeRozan's got 11.
So versatile, always pushing the action offensively.
Pass to Onuaku. Back to Harden. Lays it up and banks it in.
The D has to find a way to block that shot. A hand in the face of Harden simply is not good enough from that range.
Toronto, they've gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. Patterson, the screen for 3. Ross. Rockets with the rebound. Anderson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Onuaku. Back to Harden. The 3. The rebound by Patterson. Toronto's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Ross kicks to Patterson. Now here's DeRozan. He's got 11. Here's Valanciunas.
And let's take a look at the numbers for Jonas Valanciunas. He's averaging 15 points a game, 12 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And he's been a rock in the middle for them over that stretch of games. Dominating the glass is his trademark.
First one falls for him. Houston making some changes. Harrell, he's checked in for Anderson. And it's KJ McDaniels in for Brewer. And then for Toronto, Damari Carroll comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Norman Powell subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. Feeds to Decker, out left to the wing. Here's Harrell, and he banks in the layup. He's got 7.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Oh, you asking me? The defense has been garbaggio. I've lost track. The D has been non-existent, and they've taken full advantage of it.
Here is Ross. After the basket by Montrezl Harrell, Ross dishes to Valanciunas. 5 on the clock. Here's Powell. Decker with the rebound. Decker's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Over in the corner, McDaniels. To the paint. That's tipped. It's stolen by Valanciunas. They push it up 4 on 3. Kept alive. And the jumper from down low is good. Valanciunas has got 9 points now in the quarter.
And they've shown a little extra hustle on the offensive glass here in the second half. Second chance points are starting to add up for them, and they can use every one of them.
Ross with a wide open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Now, he doesn't look like himself right now. Nothing is going his way.
Harden's shot is good.
No three-pointers for him in that first half, but the second half, different story.
Raptors trail by 19. Here's Joseph. He dishes it to Carroll. To the inside. Here's Ross. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on Sam Decker. And he can't get the first one. So for the Rockets, Beasley comes in for Sam Decker. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for James Harden. Good on the second free throw. Rockets leading by 18. To the wing right side. Houston moving the ball around. Passes it to Onuaku. The dish to Prigioni. 6 to shoot. Harrell with it. Valanciunas is there. And it's Harrell missing. Raptors trail by 18. And Joseph kicks to Powell. Joseph, the pass to Carroll. Ross on the wing. Shoots it up. Here's Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean
that
was, Kev. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And how relentless is this guy? If you're the defense, he's the first one you're looking to block out there.
Toronto's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Screened by Valanciunas. Here's Ross, and it's denied.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Harrell with it. Valanciunas is there. There's the feed to McDaniels. To the right side. And there's the pass to Onuaku. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Now look, playing with high energy inside, that always leads to a high percentage look.
Now, here's Joseph. He's guarded closely. Carroll dishes to Valanciunas. That one, no good. Rockets leading by 20. McDaniels kicks to Harrell. He feeds it to McDaniels. Beasley outside. Pass to Onuaku. Dishes it to Harrell. Here's Onuaku. To the inside. And it's Harrell missing.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
Well, that's just a stupendous effort by him right there. He stopped him dead in his tracks.
Houston's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Beasley outside. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And oh, here we go. Joseph's got it. The fast break chance. Stolen by McDaniels. It's Beasley on the wing. To the paint. Harrell kicks to McDaniels. But they get it back. And it's Beasley in the corner. Here's Harrell. Tries again. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. In second, the Rockets.
I mean, tough to maintain this kind of pace over an entire season. But let me tell you, they are really running right now.
And that one misses. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Houston. And then for Toronto, Jared Sullinger's checked in for Powell. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Corey Joseph. 1:05 left in the third quarter of the game. And here's Lowry. 11 points in the game. He kicks it to Ross. Pass to Sullinger. Stolen by McDaniels. Prigioni dishes to Beasley. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. .44 seconds left to play here in the third. McDaniels passes to Ariza. Prigioni kicks to Harrell.
Oh, good contest. Sullinger out there for his office, but you like that effort defensively.
Raptors trail by 19, and there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's his first foul. .26 seconds left in the third quarter. Now here's Ross. Defense is right there. Valanciunas dishes to Sullinger. Here's Ross, and it's good. Fought through contact, gets the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Shot's good. The passion, the studio taking full advantage on the offensive boards.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one. That free throw good from Ross. Here's Prigioni. And it's Ariza in the corner. Puts up a 3. No good. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Rockets on top, up by 16. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And from the most recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Dwayne Casey.
They're playing harder, they're cutting harder, they're running harder.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Raptors trail by 16. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. DeRozan and Carroll are out on the wings. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Jared Sullinger. And it's Lowry in at the 1 spot.
When you get tagged with your 4th foul, you have to be very careful the rest of the way.
Anderson against Valanciunas. Lowry for 3. Valanciunas grabs the miss. Valanciunas has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Back to Harden. Houston moving it around. Here's Anderson. And it's Toronto with the rebound. DeRozan's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Lowry kicks to Carroll. They set the pick. Feeds to DeRozan. That 3 off the mark. Rockets leading by 16. Harden the pass to Anderson. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And Harden isn't just a remarkable scorer. I mean, he really spreads the ball around the floor well.
The Raptors making a switch here. Patterson's checked in. One minute now into this fourth quarter. Lowry against Harden. Lowry up top. Over to the left wing. Patterson. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
And there's Ryan Anderson on the assist by Ariza. And the Rockets lead by 21.
What about the vision of Ariza just slashing the D apart with his passing?
Here's Lowry. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Oh, putting a little pepper on it, showing up. What little defense was there?
And last year, Kyle Lowry took another huge leap in his development. And yeah, the points, the steals, and the rebounds were fantastic. But I thought the bigger part was the fact that the discipline he showed in the offseason to drop to 25 pounds. You know, you factor that in with his shot selection, and that discipline is one reason why he was an all-star and rapidly becoming one of the very elite guards we have in our league.
Now Lowry. Trevor Ariza, missing from long range. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Houston. Anderson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Harden dishes to Anderson. To the wing right side. Moniunas kicks to Ariza. Ariza with another miss. And talking about the progression of Lowry's game, some feel his improved attitude has had a lot to do with that.
You hit it. He was hard-headed when he came into the league. Didn't always get along with his coaches. Now, though, his maturity, his real confidence, those are areas of growth that have allowed him to just settle in and play his game.
Now, here's Ariza after Jared Sullinger's miss. Now, Carroll lets it go from deep. Moniunas grabs the miss.
And he has slipped into a funk. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, everybody goes through slumps. He can't let it get to him, though. Everyone makes mistakes on the floor. You just have to always be thinking about the next play.
Harden's shot is off. Raptors trail by 18. And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. Patterson, that's good.
And the precision lead pass by a highly skilled playmaker.
Rockets have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Anderson in the post. Sullinger's there. Brewer's shot is off. The Raptors shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. Lets it go with a 3. A three-pointer is right on target.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Kicks to Brewer. He dishes it to Anderson. Brewer, the pass to Harden. And the shot is long.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Here's DeRozan. A three-pointer, no good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Harden dishes to Anderson. Harden kicks to Anderson. In the corner, it's Brewer. Just 5 on the clock. And stolen by Patterson. Fast break, Toronto. A floater. Harden with the defensive effort.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
That's what I'm talking about. That's just picture-perfect defense there. Really stifled this man and gave him no chance at a clean look.
Oh,
you see that?
Oh, my. He's just getting nasty on him now, fella.
You know, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out the really slick moves. And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And we're seeing more and more coaches, Chris, taking on a dual role as both head coach and director of basketball operations, being their own general manager. About 5 teams with that arrangement. More to come, I think. What do you think?
Well, I think if you're a coach and you prove that you can handle that responsibility, yes. But I don't think it is something for the weary of heart. You take on more responsibility. But I do think, though, it gives you more power as a coach because now you just aren't sitting guys down or the threat of the bench isn't your only help. Also, you know, the threat of the trade can help and give guys, coaches, that much more power too. So I don't know if we'll see it as much as you think, because it may be a conflict of interest at times there, but I think for the best ones and for the good ones, or for the ones that earn the trust of their teams, you'll see that.
Very good point. Anderson passes to Moniunas. Back to Anderson. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Here's Toronto. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. It's taken away by Brewer. Here's Harden. Good work defensively by Lowry. Raptors trail by 11. To the middle, here's Patterson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 6 assists now in the game. And so it's Houston with it. And Brewer gets to Ariza. Brewer measures to Moniunas. Back to Harden. There's the triple. Connects from three-point range. Harden's got 13 points in the second half.
Now this is more like it. 9 points for him from three-point range this half. That's 9 more than he had in the first.
Passes to DeRozan. Shoots off the screen. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Brewer passes to Anderson. Houston moving it around. Harden gets to Moniunas. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
Great execution gives him a makeable shot. He's working hard out there.
In the corner, it's Patterson. Down low, got a piece of it, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Moniunas.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Great resolve there on defense, allowing nothing easy.
And the Rockets making a change here. Beasley's checked in. Lowry against Harden. Back to Sullinger. 5 to shoot. Really left alone that time.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Rockets leading by 10. The dish now to Beasley. Back to Harden. This one for 3. Sullinger with the rebound. Sullinger's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's DeRozan. His three-pointers off the mark. Houston's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. And Brewer kicks to Moniunas. Banked in off the glass. Moniunas has got 25 points.
And Brewer does an exceptional job, keeping his eyes up, always looking to dish the rock off to an open teammate.
Here's Ross. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Sullinger against Beasley. Ariza outside. He tries for 3. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
He's making shots from that area, and the D is not respecting his range. They better respect it now.
Patterson against Beasley, and Michael Beasley picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Ross dishes to Lowry. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Harden the pass to Beasley. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
And just dropping the ball down the side, a timely assist.
Raptors trail by 15. Lowry kicks to Patterson. Here's DeRozan. Again, Toronto.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
And the incredible determination. He wasn't going to be stopped there. Even though he wasn't as big as the defender, he took it right to him and got the job done.
Harden. No good that time. And Toronto will come the other way. From the arc. The offensive rebound. And the rejection by Harden.
And they've controlled the boards, and that's a big reason why they're controlling the lead.
Moniunas kicks to Harden. And another 3 for Houston.
Oh, that's just the confidence Harden has in himself. He's ready to fire as soon as he receives the pass.
The feed to Patterson. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
You can't afford to be playing that loose right now.
Man, there's no room for careless play like that at this point in the game. Has to be smarter than that.
Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jared Sullinger. Dishes to Beasley. The pass to Harden. Back to Beasley. In the corner, Harden. Another miss by Harden. Raptors trail by 16. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket. It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
No, you're right. It's selfish on his part to attempt that. Should have passed it back out and tried to get a better look.
Harden missing again. Raptors shooting here in the fourth quarter around 41%.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Houston.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off. And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Yunus.
Look, he was seeing the whole court so well tonight. If guys could work themselves into space, he was going to find them. And that led to a lot of wide open looks all game long.
And Patterson kicks to DeRozan. 5 on the clock. From about 19 feet, will not go. This is off the front iron. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
Yunus kicks to Ariza. And some nice passing there by Houston. Yunus passes to Beasley. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
When one guy gets hot sometimes, it's infectious. The team does too. That's what seemed to happen for them on that play.
Lowry dishes to Patterson. No good from 11 feet. Harden with it. Shoots. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. James, congrats on the win. Great crowd tonight, but what made the difference down the stretch?
We just trying to play solid defense. Talk to each other, help each other out. The crowd was amazing tonight. It was unbelievable. Like I said, I'm happy for our guys. And, we got a good victory at home.
Big win, James. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us, and good night, everyone. Now we send you to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's standing by in our studio.
The 2K Sports Post-Game Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Donatas Motiejunas.
Excellent scoring effort from him tonight. Every time it seemed like they needed a bucket, he was the guy there to give it to him. The defense really never got a feel for him and how to play him.
It's amazing how often he was able to slash right through the defense and get to the rim for an easy deuce. Come on, man. They couldn't stop his penetration, Ernie. All those points he racked up from the paint made a big difference.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and for the rest of the 2K Sports crew, the best in the business. This is Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.